Hello, lacrosse friends, and welcome to Game 3 of the 2026 Three Nations Senior Lacrosse League semifinals. This will be the decisive game between the Kahnawake Mohawks, who have first possession, and the Akwesasne Bucks. Mohawks in their all black as Liam Matthews throws it behind the back, and the first save of the game by Sugga Thompson, wearing the orange of the Bucks between their pipes. And at the other end, it will be Zach Higgins. Same goalies all series long. Both have been great. Sugga Thompson was sensational in Game 1, a 9-2 Akwesasne victory. Higgins was great yesterday in a 10-6 Kahnwawake win. Here's Clark Peterson, who has yet to score a goal in the playoffs. And how's that timing? Clark Peterson, I was going to say he looks due. He looks like he was frustrated yesterday. He is ready to put something in. This is a beautiful little spinning shot that he just sneaks past the far leg of Zach Higgins. We've seen Nick Damoud play here quite a bit this year. Of course, he is the goalie for the Snake Island Muskies, who will play the Capital Region Axemen in the other semifinal, which doesn't start until Wednesday night in Ottawa. Thursday, they'll have Game 2 right here at the Hurdle. And there's a shot the other way. Chance for Cole Teeple, who was one of the better players in Game 2. And he comes out with a good chance to start things off. Jaden Siapara gets up over center, and the Bucks into the offensive zone. There's Sean Evans. He's got 3 goals and 3 assists in this series. One of the top scorers in the playoffs so far. Of course, the playoffs is just this series. At the moment, Torrin Eccleston is the top scorer. He's got 4 goals and 4 assists. You can go to the stats site and see how everything's going. Note, Torrin Ecclestone is listed with 3 goals, but they gave Miles Jacobs one of his goals. So ignore that. He definitely did not. And there we have it all tied up, just like that. And this is another player who came in to this game looking to really get rolling. Actually, sorry, that's Stone Jacobs, who has been rolling the whole way. He's looking at Willem Firth, and Firth doesn't have a goal yet. What a finish there. We're tied up 1-1, just a minute 40 in.
First goal was scored by number 72, Stone Jacobs, assisted by number 2, Jake Spalina.
Jake Spalina, the face-off guy for Kahnawake, getting the assist on that one as goals are coming fast and furious. Welcome to the stream, Frick. Good to have you on board. This should be a dandy tonight for everyone to see. Outlet pass to Howie Francis. He comes in with a couple of goals, but saying Willem Firth, 4 assists. Clark Peterson, Peterson did have 1 goal in the first game. He had a goal and 4 assists coming in, but yesterday was definitely looking kind of frustrated, but he looks ready to roll tonight. That one's turned over. The Kahnawake pushing it once again. Again, it's Willem Firth. Of course, the first and third. He will be the guy coming off the bench. Hands it off to Liam Matthews. Matthews having quite a series. Goal and 3 assists. Sam Firth's been the top guy, though. 4 goals, 2 assists. Long outlet pass to Miles Jacobs. He's trying to work his way around. That's going to be an illegal play on Kerry Kane. His helmet, or his face mask, is loose, and Miles Jacobs is still down on the turf. That is the link to the box score that I've just dropped in the chat. If you have the chat open, you can see it there, and that is where to go. There's not I'm not sure that a lot of people know how to get to the scoring for this one, but it's a little bit of a secret. It is on Game Sheet, but you have to kind of go and search for it. So I thought I'd save you that step and just toss it right in there. And here goes Akwesasne, looking to regain the lead as Eccleston tosses up top. Liam Aston over to Evans. Sets a little pick. Francis, Eccleston. There's the cutting. Peterson goes behind the back again. This time Higgins is equal to the task. Teeple comes away with it. Looking back against the grain. Nice little move. Gets the pass up to Sam Firth just in time as Zach Hops was all over him. But Firth will evade that pressure and toss it up top to Colton Marquis. Marquis, a key prospect for this fall's draft. Matthews pulls it down. Oh, quick release from Sam Firth. But not sure if that was off of Saga Thompson or off the post. Either way, we remain at 1-1. Keeley had a couple of goals yesterday. He comes into this game with 3 goals and an assist. He has looked dangerous. Right now, though, it's Sky Sunday, who missed game 2. They are pretty stoked to have him back. Peterson loses his stick. Tries to forecheck anyway. Oh, that's got to be. Yeah, that's a penalty. A little hesitation, but Kyron Lazor, just a mental error. Let's take a look. You can see Peterson's stick is on the ground. Everything's fine. And then right here, Kyron Lazor taps it away from him. And that's just a mistake. I was talking to the coaches before, and they were both saying, hey, this is why we play a series, because each team has had a game where they're really controlled. Garrett Cree, the head coach for the Mohawks, pointed out yesterday, one of the things in a series as you go is mentally, how do you do? You're tired. This is 3 games in 3 days. Not sure if that was a factor for Kyron Lazor there, but that's not a play you expect him to make. Sean Evans goes behind the back after getting his own rebound off the boards. They got a fresh 30. Mohawks aren't sure why. Okay, that's a reasonable reset there. Stone Jacobs, I have to say, maybe the best player in the series so far. Been outstanding, really solid defense, pushing the pace. Comes into the game with 2 goals, could have had more, but constantly clearing the zone. So lots of time on this power play for the Bucks, so they're not going to push too much. They'll let the Mohawks kind of kill some time. Cayman Daibo is going to rip one from downtown onto the buck on the front of Saga Thompson's chest. Evans fakes it across into Peterson. Didn't really get control of that. He's flattened. They have been really on Clark Peterson, especially since he scored that first goal. Mohawks up into the offensive zone. About a dozen seconds difference. Now the Bucks get it. They're going to have some time to work with on the end of this power play. Heads up play there. Siapara leaving it for Sean Evans. Really wasn't much to push. Let that power play get out there. They're going strong right as Aston becomes the 5th to join the attack. Evans going to pass it over to Eccleston. It pops away from him. Nice hustle out onto it. And Jacobs is taken off. Being chased by Hops. He'll get a shot. Scores! Stone Jacobs continues to excel. What a play, and they are all about how well he is playing. They love it over on the Mohawks bench. Look at those wheels. And even with Hops coming, he knows exactly what's going on. He knows where he is and what he needs to do. So poised on the run. And I don't know if that was shorthanded. The penalty may have expired. It was very close. So just go back, run the replay again because the time is up there. You can go check if you like. But either way, it's either a shorthanded goal or just after. And Mohawks go ahead 2-1. Keeley, sidearm rip, misses. Oh, nice snag there. What a grab by Billy Dodonna. Fights his way through a check from Sunday and gets it over to Willem Firth. Always a good idea. Matthews right back to Firth. Firth hands it off. Hard sidearm rip from Matthews, but Saga Thompson makes the save, manages the rebound and corrals it. That passes ahead to Eccleston. He's got Evans trailing. He's just going to slow things down, wait for some more guys to get out with him and hand it off to Peterson. Evans behind the back to Peterson. Oh my goodness! What a play! That is classic. Sean Evans and finding the deadly Clark Peterson, tying it up. What a beautiful pass. I mean, the placement is great. The timing is great. And Peterson knows exactly when to break and slips in behind his man. Sees his defender just sliding over a little bit too far. I gotta turn the volume off on my copy of the stream here. 2-2. 7.5 minutes in here. Firth down to Sam. That was Willem to Sam. Passes through, great tip by Justin Martin. Knocks Willem down. Mohawks were up in arms, but they're okay now. They got the ball. Matthews round the top. Marquis will fling behind the back to Sam Firth. My goodness, the behind the back passes and shots tonight have been on point. Saka Thompson with another save. Busy arena here, the Enola Lagoa Arena, the Turtle Dome. The Akwesasne Thunder Junior Bs playing the first 2 games of their series, Ontario Junior B Championship Series against Guelph here this weekend. Game 1, I know the Thunder won yesterday. Here's Keeley, near side, just stopped by Higgins. Game 2 was this afternoon. I was actually on my way here, so I haven't even seen the results yet. I was busy getting ready, so you all probably know a little more than I do about that one at this moment, but that should be a dandy. Founders Cup will await the winner of that series. Thunder certainly entered the season and entered the playoffs as favorites. Here's Ethan Drake. Thought about having a rip there. Somebody's lost a glove. It was Keldrin King. He'll pop that back on. Oh, nice spin by Hops, but it bounces away. He's going to have pressure from Teeple. Spins and flings. It was picked off for a moment by Drake. Now, oh, there's a whole bunch of guys by the bench. And now the officials are going to get together to talk because you can see that the Mohawks had a bunch of players. Now, is it an over and back? Bucks are saying it should be illegal substitution. They're in the box. I mean, it's tricky when guys are coming and going. It's not just about the bench, right? It's about the change box there. But there was a lot going on. They get together. I like that. I like when they sort it out. Get the call right. And the Bucks back to the offense. Evans from behind the net. Is he thinking about a diving dunk? That pass is knocked down by Kobe Lahash, who's back in the lineup tonight. Eccleston rips one. That's right on the Mohawk, on the chest of Zach Higgins. And off goes Lahash. Okay, I was looking at the Mohawks bench as somebody was screaming at a defender to stay out. Sean Evans had been hanging up the left floor. He came back. He did come to the bench, so they go for the full change. Here's Matthews. Pick from Firth. Nice save, Thompson. Great rebound control for him. Ashton Jacobs, I thought he'd just overthrown on that pass trying to connect with Sky Sunday. He actually was going for Corson Keeley, who did track it down. Bucks slowing it up. Aston over the top, rips right into the chest again. Little outlet pass, and they're going to push. Both these teams love to run. Very good at it. Sam Firth trying to drive his way in. Look at that work defensively from Derek Hops. Bucks happy to have him back in the lineup today. Firth trying to duck underneath. One hand pass to Willem. Well defended. What a catch from Liam Matthews. Changes direction, going for the dunk. Oh, he just missed. He just missed. Man, Liam Matthews, he is something. I'm not sure if he's got the attention that some of the other top players coming into the OJLL the last few years have gotten. Deservedly so. I mean, you know, guys like Joey Spallina and Willem Firth and some of those lads, but, you know, Trey Deere, another example. But Liam Matthews is fantastic. Here's Torrin Ecclestone, spins. All kinds of fakes. Now he'll rip it. Oh! Torrin Eccleston, his 5th of the series. Again, don't believe everything you see on Game Sheet, because he had another one in the first game that was given to Miles Jacobs. But look at these fakes. And then how does he pull that around the defender and right up? into that top corner near side. Like, oh, the footwork to establish the shooting position, fantastic. 3-2, Bucks go ahead. We knew we were in for a dandy.
Assisted by number 14,
Aston with the assist. Here's Colton Marquis. Hands it off to Daibo. Oh, what a give and go. We are being treated to some lacrosse today, lacrosse friends. Watch this one. Marquis tosses it down. Some help from Ethan Drake to occupy a defender. And, I mean, that's just precision. Remember the behind the back from Evans to Peterson? Well, this is a straight ahead pass, but still perfectly timed, perfectly placed. And again, the excellence of the cut, the timing from Colton Marquis. And we're tied up 3-3 with 8:33 to go in the first. Game one was a 9-2 win for the Bucks, in which they led 4-1 after the first. It was 5-2 after the second, and then they scored the only 4 goals of the third. Yesterday, we were all tied up at 3 after the first, and then the Mohawks game-changing 4-0 second period. Each team got 3 in the third. So there has been one period that has made the difference in each game. The rest of the way has generally been pretty close. Aston getting into it a bit with Sean Osborne. And it's going to be Bucks ball. Osborne lifted his stick, ready to chop. Will not need to do so. Evans along the far half board. Into Howie Francis. Lost the ball as he tried to shoot. Gets away from Jacobs and is grabbed by Osborne. Garrett Creasehead after game one, as they're preparing for game two, he's going with his men. He wants to be big and tough, hard to play against. So he put in guys like Sean Osborne and Harday McComber, and it made a difference in the defensive zone. There's a penalty coming to Keldron King. Higgins heads to the bench. Firth has it, his brother's coming. Ripped from Matthews, scooped up by Damon Edwards. And it will be the slashing call, and King's already making his way to the box. He knows what's going on. Right over there along the far board, you can see King checking, and right there, that's the one. So power play for the Mohawks. Second penalty of the game, first to the Bucks. The earlier one, of course, the unsportsmanlike call to Kyron Lazor for flicking away the stick.
Bucks penalty to number 12, Keldron King, 2 minutes for slashing.
Up top, hard sidearm rip. Sucker Thompson's ready. So what we've seen, I feel, in the first 2 games. First game, Akwesasne executing really well. Everything working out. Kahnawake not quite on their game, not sharp. Second game, here we go. Eccleston rips it, big save. Second game, Mohawks really sharp on their game, especially in the second period, of course. Bucks kind of on and off, not really as sharp as they could have been. Didn't have the urgency, maybe. This game, both teams looked like they're bringing it. That's what we're hoping for in a decisive game. Just wish there was a couple more in this series, but what are you going to do? It's a best of 3 tonight is a thriller, and there's Liam Matthews. Out front, oh, Daibo just missed the pass from Sam Firth, and Jake Gasparetti is on his horse, breaking in alone, scores! Jake Gasparetti. And we're going to watch this from end to end. He grabs this one, takes off. Look at those wheels. You see the player coming off the bench. Not even a concern for Jake Gasparetti. Snags that and starts to run as he's grabbing the ball. I'm going to say pretty nice wheels from Mark Gardonio, too. The ref running along the far side. That's not bad. Short-handed goal. Short-handed goals have played a huge role in each of these games. Game one, the Bucks were up 5-2 after the second, and then to start the third, or partway through the third, holding penalty to Damon Edwards, and they scored 2 short-handed goals on that power play for the Mohawks, and that pretty much sealed that one. The Mohawks just never got back into it. Yesterday we saw some shorthanded goals for the Mohawks. And now this shorthanded mark from Jake Gasparetti has pushed the Bucks out in front as we go under 6 minutes of this first period. Thanks, Lacrosse friends, for being with us here on Stampede Axe YouTube. It's been a lot of fun being here at the Turtle Dome, one of the best arenas you will ever find for this sport. Firth drops it. They've got 8 left on the shot clock, or on the penalty. They will take that shot. It's off of either the defender or tie. It must be off Dobson's stick. So they've got a fresh 30, but only 5 on the penalty. Keldrin King's going to be released. They are going to shoot. Willem Firth rockets it. It goes off a defender and out of play. They're not going to try another one. Okay, now they're good. They'll be back in. Didn't think they were going to risk a breakaway again. There's a big check from Tyler Armstrong on Ethan Drake, who's looking to return the favor on a pick somewhere. That shot by Firth is stopped. Siapara takes off. Nice job with the offhand. That's not warding off. That's just protecting yourself, as there was good trail check pressure from Liam Matthews, former teammates in Orangeville. Here's Sky Sunday as we reach 5 minutes to go here in the first. What a game. Eccleston going underneath, dive, scores! Torin Eccleston. That is exactly what he got up to in the NLL playoffs. We're going to have some penalties post-goal, and now another one to Sean Osborne, which may be the difference maker. And again, and Ian Garrison just said one more thing, and you're getting another penalty. Eccleston, okay, wanted to see what was happening there, but watch this play. Eccleston came in when Nolan Byrne got hurt for the Georgia Swarm and did things like this. The West Coast product just flying here in the Eastern time zone. So it looks like we're going 4-on-4. I think Evans took the first penalty, and I don't think there was a matching one until Sean Osborne decided to get busy a little late. Yep. 4-on-4, 2 minutes apiece up there. Popped out by Ashton Jacobs. All the way back, and Tyler Armstrong grabs it. Aston looks at Peterson, who takes a huge swat from Billy Dodonna. Howie Francis coming in to set a pick. Trying to open it up there. Another rip from Eccleston, who's feeling it. He scored 2 from way, way deep in game 1. Matthews hard rip across to Marquis. Drake there working with him. Tries to set a pick on Damon Edwards. Couldn't quite get the pass through, but Matthews gets it. That's a great place for him to shoot, but it's stopped. Matthews looks up. He thought he had that one. Saga Thompson just got enough. Ethan Drake wanted to start right behind the net. No, you can't do that. You got to go to the corner. Just like you can't start right in front of the net on a repossession. Hard rip from Marquis, but that one's a little wide. Looked like Thompson was there, but you never know. Here's Matthews. He's got Sam Firth with him. Nice roll. Oh, good recovery from Justin Martin. But then Firth gets it. Hard twister. Save Thompson. What a play. Sam Firth is having a terrific series. Again, leading the Mohawks with 4 goals and 2 assists. And he has been really impressive. Bucks clearly wanted a penalty on that one. They will not get it. But they will have possession. Still 4-on-4. Keeley. Through to Peterson. Nice stop, Zach Higgins. Fresh 30. There's 10 left on the 4-on-4. Keeley fires one. Saved by Higgins. It's grabbed there. And nice little spin by Jake Spallina to get away from the forecheck. We're back to even strength. And Sean Evans is going to forecheck. He's going to get right on Cayman Daibo. Oh! And Daibo's stick came up and hit Evans right in the face, which Evans did not care for. I don't think there was any ill intent. I'm not sure. I mean, I suppose any swat in the facial area is not going to be popular. I'm going to take a peek at that again if we get a chance. Here's Sam Firth. to the cutting Daibo. Oh, he's through the crease. Can't take that pass. Someone should have him. Yeah, they've got him. Okay, now Daibo can get back into the play as Cole Teeple up for an offensive set. Drives to the net. Oh, nice job. Sugga Thompson leaves that right hand behind him. Let's take a quick peek as they go forward. As Evans comes off. I don't know, man. That might have actually been intentional. I thought it was just kind of an incidental thing, but Sky Sunday may have been a little tap to the grill of Sean Evans. Or sorry, Cayman Daibo. Oh, great save, Higgins, and squeezes the leg and the arm together. It is physical tonight. I mean, it's been physical all series, but both teams playing good, solid lacrosse. And Trey Deer on the Kahnawake bench actually grabbed on to Ethan Drake to not let him leave the change box early. Didn't want to risk an illegal sub change. Oh, Keldrin King. What a hit. D helmets. Colton Marquis. Holy Hannah. Watch King. He's 12 there. Here comes Marquis. The slide. That's just a good body check. I mean, that's just perfect. Didn't really see a lot of complaining from the Mohawks, as they know. It's just shoulder to shoulder. Now that one is going to be a penalty. It looks like Kyron Lazor on Eccleston. Sean Evans directing traffic. He's going to duck underneath. Passes. Eccleston. Stopped. The putback attempt. Bucks are going to get it back. I think that was the defender that stopped that one. They're really getting after Eccleston. Sean Osborne trying to cause a ruckus, as he is wont to do. A big swat. Now, there's another one coming. I think, oh no. Let's see what was our first of all. Here is the play. Kyron Lazor with the wooden stick. Right, coming right here. Right there. That's the one they earned the penalty. So it's a slashing call. I thought Osborne might be getting one as well, but it will not be. But with 47.3 to go, were they indicating two? Oh, 7 minutes. Okay, so Lazor gets the major and the minor. We'll have to listen.
To number 18, Kyron Lazor. 7 minutes for slashing.
7 minutes for slashing. Now, is that a 5 and a 2 for separate incidents, or is it just that intense? What an opportunity for the Bucks with a 5-3 lead and 7 minutes of power play time on which they can score 3 goals. Higgins with the little pass. Boy, Mohawks would love a shorty here. Davison Dottie McComber. McComber spins away from that check from Armstrong, heads to the bench. 12 seconds left. Higgins stays in his crease. Nice attempt by Sam Firth to get through to his brother, but it didn't connect. 6 seconds. The Bucks have one last opportunity. Goes to Evans, gets away from him, and we will go to the intermission with the score: Bucks 5, Mohawks 3. What a period of lacrosse. And Colton Marquis still has his helmet off. He's going to talk to the officials about why there wasn't a penalty on that hit. When he goes and watches it back, he's going to realize it was just a good hit. But you can see why he'd be upset, because that was a freight train. So 5-3, 6:13 remaining in the power play time. And what a game 3 we have had so far. Thank you, lacrosse friends, for being with us. We're going to take a 10-minute break, and we'll be back with period number 2. It's a great game. Yes. We are nearing the start of the second period. It is 5-3 for the Bucks, and they have 6:13 remaining in that massive power play, thanks to the Kyron Lazor slashing penalty. Bucks are out. Mohawks making their way out to their bench on the far side. Welcome back to Lacrosse Friends. I am Steven Stamp. Thanks for being with us. Shots 22-18 through the first period for the Bucks. More importantly, of course, 5-3, the score in goals. Jake Spalina for the Mohawks against Ashton Jacobs of the Bucks. Great clamp by Jacobs, great draw to pull it back to Justin Martin, and the Bucks go straight to the power play setup. Sean Evans taking this pass. He actually switched sticks at one point in the last game for a while, went back to this shiny orange one, not sure what's going on. We saw Clark Peterson last game also take a look as he almost gets that pass. Take a look at his stick after a throw. Clearly did not like how it was strung up. Here's a chance the other way. Cole Teeple, off the shoulder and off the crossbar. Great save by Saga Thompson. Excellent chance from Cole Teeple. He's really winning me over. I always knew he was a pretty good player, but he is really doing some things in this series. But yeah, Peterson waited at the Bucks bench. There's a little door at the one end of their bench door. You can just pop around to the door towards the dressing room. He had to wait till play was the other end. Slipped through, went to the dressing room and fixed it up. How's it going now? Well, it looks okay today. Evans tried that floater to the far top corner, just missed. Loose ball push, and it'll be Bucks possession and a fresh 30. Now I'm thinking in a situation like this where one player takes the 7 minutes, the 5 and the 2 for the slash, if the Bucks score, would the first one be on the minor? They'd have to be into the major now, right? I would think the minor has now expired and they're into the major. Trying to remember the sequence. Here's Peterson over to Evans as they've inverted a bit. There he'll switch with Sky Sunday. Evans looking far side, comes up to Sunday. He's going to rip one. Oh, what a rip from Sky Sunday. I swear Sean Evans is looking far side, but you never know where he's actually going to pass it. But look at that lane. Oh, that's a perfect angle. Great shot on the camera from Kerry McMaster. Look at this. And, okay, we're going to watch it once more. And this time, just watch Zach Higgins and his defender and tell me what you think Zach Higgins sees of this shot. Not much. So 6-3, and the Bucks can get one more on this major. We're pretty sure that's how it works. Of course, the side benefit. Oh, diving dunk attempt. It's a goal. Clark Peterson from Evans. And they will go out and say, that is why you're in the NLL Hall of Fame. Look at this pass coming from Evans. It goes back to him. Peterson just sneaking his way across. Love the positioning on Clark Peterson because he stays near enough on this side to be just this side of the defender. That gives Peterson the chance to catch it as he's stepping across, leaves the stick behind him. And as I was saying, the side benefit, you get 2 goals on the major. Even though the team comes back out to 5-on-5, Kyron Lazor now has to stay in the box until his 7 minutes, well, his 5 minutes is up. And then the next hard stop's a non-technical stoppage after, so he could be out of this for a while.
Assisted by number 15, Sean.
Here's Liam Aston. Not a ton on that shot. Tried to sneak it between the legs of Higgins. Couldn't find that one. So the Lazor penalty came with 47 seconds left, which means he's got to go 6:13 into this period. Oh no, I guess it would be when it was after the goal. After the 2 minutes expired. Yeah, it'll be 6:17 into this period. So he's not eligible to come out for quite a while. Great chance for Sam Firth fighting his way through. Jaden Ciapara looking a little shaken up as he makes his way to the bench. Kind of doubled over for a bit. Sky Sunday under all kinds of pressure. Nice job by Dodon to just knock that away. Actually knocked Sean Evans' stick away. And Jordis McComber comes away with it. Agreed that this is a great game so far. The intensity is up. No penalty there. We're going to have a possession to the Bucks for a loose ball push. Martin on the run. He's got Gasparetti, who has a goal in the game, with him. But by the time Gasparetti kind of spun around, Martin had already peeled off to the bench. Curious looking at Justin Martin's stick if he added some of that tape or if it's been there. It looks like he may have added a little tape to the top of his stick. I don't recall it being there. When you get a look at it next time he's out, take a peek. Hard rip from Howie Francis, who tries to slow down Kobe Lahash. Does so just long enough. And then racing out of the bench, Derek Hops picks up the first Mohawk off the bench. That was Cayman Daibo. Marquis ducks underneath, was loading up, out to Daibo. Underhand pass, doesn't quite connect. Marquis tracks it down. Hard rip, just a little wide though. It's going to be an over and back, and running onto it was Derek Hops. He'll slow things down, backpedal a bit. Apparently backpedaling, walking backwards, very good for your brain. Neurologists and neuroscientists say do that, so be like Derek Hops and walk backwards sometimes. Clark Peterson sidearm rip, but the stick was right there for Zach Higgins. Nice job by Teeple once again. Willem Firth hands it off. And it hangs back. Thought he might want to get that one back. But Daibo was looking towards the players coming off the bench. Matthews through the middle, sending a screen. Now, Colby Dobbins is 91. He was sending some picks as well. Spinning from Matthews, another save by Saga Thompson. Penalty coming. Yeah, Jake Gasparetti and Liam Matthews getting into it, jawing. Now Justin Martin and Dobbins talking, and Tyler Armstrong has some strong words. I'm pretty sure this penalty is going to Tyler Armstrong. Let's watch. Oh, yeah. So watch it again. It's a huge swing right about here on Willem Firth. And then Armstrong gets flattened, but the call had been made. So Armstrong going to the box for 2 minutes or less. Oh, it could be a 5. We'll see. Let's see the call. And that was kind of funny. Cayman Daibo was arguing with Mark Gardonio, saying we should have the ball. And Gardonio is saying, look, there's a slash, this, that, the other. And he's saying, and then Daibo goes, and Mark Gardonio goes, yep, you're right. Starts running down to the other end. Just had his periods mixed up a little bit. Love that when they can correct things. So it is a minor for slashing, as we're about 5 minutes into this second period. Big for the Mohawks. God, want to creep back in. This has to remind them a little bit of game one, where there's a stretch that the Bucks just pulled away. Matthews trying to find a shooting lane. Does so just a little bit. Oh, no, it is off Saga Thompson. It'll be fresh 30, but it's going to be picked up by Justin Martin. Changes direction on Colton Marquis. He was thinking about going to the net. You see the tape at the top of the stick? It's actually solid on the back, then just kind of wrapping over to the front, over the top. I'm going to check with him. I think that's an addition. Maybe got a little ding on it. I want to protect it a bit. Gorgeous stick. Peterson, toe drag, flips it across. Nicely swatted down there. Good defensive play. Hard rip goes wide from Eccleston, but he's trying to go the long way around to get to it. And Higgins covered it up just in time. I think that was Jordis McComber with the good defensive play. But there are a bunch of players with wraps on their legs. They're just every game, every period seems to be somebody else coming out with their calf wrapped or their knee. Hard rip from Matthews, stopped again by Saga Thompson. got enough, and Ashton Jacobs. That's a nice pass out, very close to checking in the crease. You got to be careful with that. Keeley is open, back to Evans. Yeah, he's going to score that. What a give and go. You get the ball ahead to Sean Evans. He draws the defender. You got to go get him, right? And then the defender heads over to Keeley, who gets it back to Evans. Bangs home another short-handed marker for the Bucks. Why are the benches across from each other? Because that's the way it should be. No, I grew up in Peterborough, where at the Memorial Center the benches are across from each other, and it's the Kodiaks, some of them they're across from each other, their home floor. There are just some rinks like that. Kahnawake is the same, with them across from each other. So I've just grown up. I actually, when I saw it, started seeing benches on both sides, or on the same side. I was like, why are they on the same side? But no, that's normal, but just the way it's designed. Tyler Armstrong backpedaling as the ball run forward there by Kerry Kane. Mohawks setting up. I will say that it changes the dynamic of the transition game. Makes it a bit more potential to be explosive in transition all the time as opposed to in that second period. Or second and fourth for games with quarters. Here's Tyler Armstrong. Hands it off to Peterson. Pretty nice crowd settling in here. It was really quiet, like half an hour before game time, and then gradually folks came in. They're pretty into it. And the Lacrosse fans here love their game. They would have been pretty excited about that Clark Peterson goal if you're a Bucks fan. Nice job by Harday McComber. Just throw the hands up and stay away from that ball. He had no idea where it was. He was running straight to the bench, looking at the bench, and then sees the ball trickle past his leg or bounce past his leg. This is Colby Dobbins to Firth, who had to make sure he had it off the boards. Trying for the diving dunk. Sugga Thompson was all over that one. Even strength. 11 and a half-ish to go here in the second. You can see the time. And 8-3, as you can see, for the Bucks. Looking to book a ticket to the TNSLL Championship Series. Here's Eccleston straight into the belly pad. Nice check back in by Howie Francis, but a great job, I guess, by Kyron Lazor to avoid the back end by just chucking it in the corner, but Evans is the first guy there. It's a fresh 30 for the Bucks. They're being patient, but you know they're going to want to keep scoring. They're going to keep going. Evans comes out, spins, shoots. Got it through Lazor, but it was stopped by Higgins. Lazor looking up the floor. Daiba will slow things down. Here's Willem Firth. Future very high NLL draft pick, but not till next year. Daibo, nice change. Making it look like he was going to pass. Takes the hard shot, but Sugga Thompson is absolutely on today. Speaking of future high draft picks, Thompson will be going in the first half of the first round. He's got to. He's got to be top 10 in the NLL draft this year. He is a future franchise goalie for somebody. Daibo coming across the top. Lots of time on the refresh stock clock. Still 18 to shoot. Matthews to Firth behind the net. Hits the cutter. Great pass and a really good attempt, but just couldn't bury. That was Cole Teeple. Throws me, he's playing more offensive shifts now. Garak Tuax had been playing in the first game, but he is not in anymore. And Teeple seems to be taking up some of those offensive shifts. Boy, looking pretty comfortable in the offensive zone. Backdoor wide open. Again, the save from Sugga Thompson as Ethan Drake took a nice pass, got a shot off. Maybe didn't get a ton on it, was more worried about getting it away quickly and accurately. But Thompson was ready. Peterson watched carefully by McComber. I know I've said it before, I'm very impressed though by Deusen Date and Yordis McComber both taking on defensive roles with the Mohawks and really playing well. Still a dozen on the shot clock as Peterson takes this. Aston gets a pick there from Sunday. Hands it over to Peterson. Oh, kind of handcuffed Torin Eccleston. Right idea, and Clark Peterson's mad at himself. Was going to slam the stick, decides to just breathe as he gets to the bench, but he knows that he blew that pass. He will not do that often. He is a great offensive player. I would say one spot away from having made Canada's team at the 2024 World Championships. And he would have won a gold medal with them, as they did. But, yeah, he was great at the tryouts for that down at Canada Games Park in St. Catharines. What a team that was. And, I mean, a great U.S. team that they faced in the finals. Of course, a great Haudenosaunee team. Bronze medalists that year. Here's Eccleston over to Liam Aston. And Howie Francis just wants to pick up his stick. And he keeps getting cross-checked and gives one back finally to Kerry Kane. Here's a chance the other way. Another save. Thompson just stayed home as Bolton Marquis tried to sneak that one through. Kerry Kane got kicked out late in game one. He got a little overzealous. He was really good, and he is a tough defender. Here's Evans. Passes it off. Howard shot Francis and then gives a shot to the defender. He is determined, I think, to get a couple of whacks back after having been harassed pretty substantially here in this game. 7.5 to go. Willem Firth dancing. Hands it off. Here's Drake. Trying to get underneath. Sierra Parr, nice job out on him. Martin gets out on Daibo. Well, that's a great defensive shift by the Bucks. They have played so well in games 1 and 3. They played pretty well in game 2, just not the same energy, not the same urgency, I don't think. But they are on it defensively today. Evans ducks, cuts, hard rip Sunday. Love that play by Sky Sunday to just, as he takes the shot, realizes he's the last guy back and races back on defense. That is responsible lacrosse. Colby Dobbins had to adjust his helmet after he got whacked, and now Willem Firth, and that's going to be a penalty. That one, I don't think it's because it was Firth instead of Dobbins. I think it was because a little bit more aggressive as it's grabbed here by Hops. We're going to see the illegal cross-check call. It'll be a minor, but I think you'll see it pretty clearly. Firth comes across right there. Yeah, right up under the chin, shoves him back. I think Colby Dobbins would have liked the call, but when he was hit, but I don't think it was quite to the same level, but sometimes also the second one in a row, they're going to be more likely to call when there's another play that at least gets close to an infraction. Higgins still making his way back to the Mohawks bench, to the net, as that shot is taken by Liam Matthews, grabbed by Marquis. 15 on the shot clock, underhand pass. They've got Firth behind the net. He's coming out to get this one, dives. Another great save by Sugga Thompson. That's an anticipation play. And Sam Firth absolutely drilling Tyler Armstrong. Damon Edwards a little slow getting up. He actually got banged up a bit yesterday as well. So an interesting, well, we'll get to that in a bit as the Mohawks, I don't know why I keep putting the two names together. The Mohawks back to the power play, and there it is. Willem Firth's first of the series, and that is classic Willem Firth. He's so precise, such an accurate shooter. They just give him some room, and he rockets one inside that low post. Love the weight transfer here. Just shifts those hips, drive it through, gets the back leg out of the way. Ashton Jacobs and Billy Dodonna out for this draw. It's grabbed by Justin Martin, the man they call Skibbs. And what was that? Timeout to the Bucks. Interesting. Brett Bucktooth, the head coach, assisted by Trent Jacobs, Andy Jameson. And Bucktooth's calling everybody in. He's calling Sean Evans in particular, as Evans was talking to his defense. And Brett Bucktooth talking to the O. You can see he's really having a chat. And now he's going to head down to the defensive end. Interesting to find out. I'm curious what he is saying there. Obviously had a message he wanted to impart to his guys, because you're not often going to see a head coach take that time out with an 8-4 lead and 5:34 to go in the second period, when, for all intents and purposes, things look pretty good. But Brett Bucktooth, feels like to me, he saw something he wanted to nip in the bud, kind of get his guys dialed back in. Let's see what comes of it as they take this possession. Liam Aston will start with it up top. Garrett Cree, of course, on the other side. The head coach, assisted by Steph Charbonneau. Kerry Goodleaf is one of the assistants. Who am I missing? Of course, Trey Deers on a door. He's not officially an assistant. I don't think he's part of that group. That pass doesn't connect. So Aston has it. Down to a second to shoot. Don't think, it's not going to be a reset. It was either after the 30 or it hit a defender out front. I think it hit Higgins because he's adjusting his head. I think it went off the mask. Thunder Jacobs also helping coach over with the Mohawks. Chauncey Hill also helping out with the Bucks. They are very strong coaching staffs. Still a physical game here as the Bucks move into the offensive zone. And Carter McKenzie wearing that Thunderbirds helmet will hand it off to another Halifax-lidded player in Clark Peterson. Under 5 minutes to go here in the second. The shots are just updated after each period. So again, it was 22-18 for the Bucks in the first. Be interesting to see what they were in this period. As that pass misses Sky Sunday. He spins and shoots into the bottom of the lowers of Zach Higgins, who is on his back. He's kind of rolling around a little turtle-like here in the Turtle Dome, but he will pop back up. Higgins knew the 30 was about to end, so a shot was going to come, and it came flying through. Diving attempt. It's going to be a crease violation as Firth lands in, but he is ready to roll. He's ready to add some to the 4 goals that the Mohawks have. Evans at the half boards. Sunday going through, but was watched closely by Cole Teeple. Lazor on Evans, flings behind the back pass, trying to time it up with Howie Francis. There is Sam Firth down the floor. That's why we're 4-on-4. Justin Martin has stayed with him. Now as the 30 expires, the Bucks will give it up, and the Mohawks come into the offensive zone. Daibo. Good defense because it wasn't a hold. It was close. Sam Firth staying back in. That's not going to get called. Deo Santate Macomber. Look to the bench, stays up for the offensive shift. Gets the pass. Liam Matthews was laying in the crease, so I don't think that goal would have counted. Oh, that one almost. Sam Firth's pointing. Didn't that go in? I don't think it did. Watch the shot, though, as Sam Firth, Bucks moving forward. Nothing quite happening yet. Gets through Saga Thompson. You can see there, though, it's just outside, a couple inches outside the goal line. Great save, Saga Thompson. 2:22 to go. 8-4 the lead. Aston stops, fires, shoulder save. That's going to be grabbed by Stone Jacobs. No transition. Bucks really paying attention to getting someone over to that far bench. And that's something you'll really notice in an arena like this where they do have the benches on opposite sides, as someone brought up earlier, is you have to make sure you're getting your first defender over, as that shot goes wide, over to the far bench to get those guys coming off the bench, because they will come in and be dangerous if you are not getting right across, because you're not going to have a good angle on them. It's off of the Bucks, and it will be Mohawks possession. You see teams, I mean, Peterborough Lakers famous for it, coming storming in, setting the bench seal, double bench seal, and just the third guy's just ripping. Penalty coming now. It's going to be to Damon Edwards. And maybe a bit of a break for Colby Dobbins that he didn't get one coming back the other way. He kind of retaliated, but not as severely. Shot by Sam Firth, swallowed up there by Ashton Jacobs. And we're going to have the illegal cross check. Let's take a look at this play. Yeah, it's right there, and you can see the retaliation, the swap back, but it's just knocking the helmet off as Damon Edwards in the middle. There's a big chop. He comes out and right here just rides up and kind of shoves the helmet off. Sean Evans doesn't like the call. He's still arguing with the official. I mean, it definitely wasn't a vicious check, but, you know, he rode up. Saga Thompson making his way back to the crease from the bench. So his defenders, penalty killers in front of him, really having a chat about what they're going to do. Tyler Armstrong and Carter McKenzie low. Jake Gasparetti, Justin Martin up at the top. Strong left for the Mohawks. And Willem Firth gets one back from Matthews and more or less replicates his last goal. But this time goes 5-hole, it looks like. Oh no, it's the exact same spot. Watch as he puts it in the exact same spot. Over to that, by that right foot. Power play marker for the Mohawks. They're within 3 with 1:12 to go here in the second period. This is a great lacrosse game, friends. I'm glad you're with us.
Assisted by number 74, Liam Matthews. Last minute play in the second period. Last minute.
Aston trying to figure out what he wants to do here. He's going to give it up to Eccleston. They've got 10 left on the shot clock. Keeley wants it in the corner. He has it in the corner. Sunday on the back door. Stopped, though, by Higgins. Grabbed there. And Kerry Kane, nice job to get it clear. They've got to make sure they get over center in the 8 seconds. They do. Good job by Teeple. Now, I don't know if they were going for a 2-for-1, if they actually thought that was a good scoring chance. Hard to say. But there is a bit of a difference between, oh no, there isn't. Shot clock is turned off. I thought there was a 3-second difference. The Mohawks can't believe it. Now Saga Thompson's like, should I come to the bench? They can't take a timeout. So if he's going to come, he's just going to come. They're not. They're just going to wait. Oh, the shot clock is on the floor. So that is a, whoa. And now the Bucks can't believe it because there was about 3 seconds left. The Mohawks will take their timeout. There was about, let's go back. Let's go back and see. Did we get it? I don't know if I'm going to run the replay. What is the last replay here? That's the goal. So that's not going to help. Well, let's watch it again. What the heck? It's a great goal. Why not? We queued it up. Woo. So the referee is saying there were 37 seconds. He comes over to Brett Buck, who says there were 37 seconds left when I blew the whistle. I thought there were 33 seconds. I looked at the clock when the whistle went. I thought it was 33.3 seconds, which is why I was saying there was about a 3-second difference. I was surprised that the shot clock was turned off. So the Mohawks were very upset about that, as they should have been. Now it's the Bucks who are like, why is it 6.9? But the official did come and explain. I like that. Deus and Dante McComber just wants to get rolling. Ian Kirsten keeps directing him back. Long pass, caught by Saga Thompson. Have a go at the net. No, he's just going to wait. I think the Bucks bench was saying, Saga, throw it. But he will be content to go to the intermission with an 8-5 lead. We have a third period that should be an absolutely dandy coming up. Some results from around the lacrosse world. There is so much going on right now. The Junior B Ontario Championships, the OJBLL Championship Series this afternoon. The Guelph Regals, after losing 13-8 to Akwesasne yesterday here at the Turtle Dome, won 7-4 against the Thunder to even up that series at a game apiece. And that, let's see, let's go to scheduled. Is that a best of 5 or a best? Yeah, it is a best of 5. So they'll be in Guelph next week in the 6th and 7th, and then the 9th, if necessary, game 5 right back here at the Thunderdome. And as somebody shared in the chat, Junior C, what a series between Whitby and Six Nations. The Stealth win game 5 today to go to the Junior C Championship against the winner of the Peterborough Cornwall series, which Peterborough may have wrapped up. I know they were up a couple of games. But that a heck of a series. The Lakers 2-time defending champions for the Meredith Cup and looking to win it again. But the Stealth have been very, very good. That series actually went to an overtime early in the series where Six Nations won it, and that was huge because the Warriors could have put themselves in a really good chance to try and win it back home. But anyway, lots of great stuff going on. Check it all out and make sure you come back to us for the third period of what has been and promises to be even more so a fantastic lacrosse game. See you in 9 minutes. Welcome back, Lacrosse friends. 20 minutes, or potentially more, to decide who wins this Three Nations Senior Lacrosse League semifinal. It's game 3, a decisive game 3, 8-5. The home team, Akwesasne Bucks, lead. See Brett Bucktooth out at center floor having a chat with the officials. And Steph Charbonneau, coach with the Mohawks, steps in to make sure he's aware of everything they're talking about. Seems like a relatively agreeable conversation at this point. Maybe not entirely. But they seem to have things cleared up. Hopefully everyone knows what to expect moving forward. The shots on goal here, 41-40 for the Akwesasne Bucks. I believe it was 22-18 after the first, so that would make it 22-19 in the second for the Mohawks. Oh, a chance here for Cole Teeple. Oh, great trail check, Justin Martin. After Derek Hobbs kind of handed that one over. Cole Teeple the chance, and he's jogging back, can't believe. But Justin Martin, great work. And Martin, maybe there was something to the potentially damage to the wooden stick. I'm not sure because he has a Tupperware stick. But that works out perfectly at the other end. And Sean Evans is just a big game player. He is still rocking that shiny-headed orange stick, and that is a beautiful sidearm bouncer to the far side. 28 seconds into the third period, and he forges a 4-goal lead for the Bucks. It's 9-5. Ashton Jacobs is waving Justin Martin forward into the offensive zone. He's feeling like he's going up. Oh, now he looks around. It's Jacobs and Spallina. Spallina pulls it back. Nice job with his foot, but it rolls out to Carter McKenzie. That face-off battle, I'm not a big believer that face-offs, winning and losing face-offs determine who wins and loses games, but the face-off battle is such a fascinating game within a game. The effort those guys put in. Eccleston down to Keeley, cuts through the middle. Howie Francis trying to get to the back door. Well defended. Peterson gets a pick from Sky Sunday, who's open on the spin, on the roll. Spun and got the shot off, beat the 30, but couldn't get it on net. And it is the violation for the 30 seconds expiring, so Bucks can't take that one, as Ethan Drake will pick it up. Start with possession to Sam Firth. Penalty coming. Looks like it's going to be Damon Edwards again. Picked off by Jaden Ciapara. And it's going to be an illegal cross-checking. I'm not sure Damon Edwards knew he had a penalty coming. He's down on the crease covering Willem Firth. It was right there, it looks like. Looks like the second one as we watch it. Watching Garrison's arm when it goes up. Here's a chop. No. And there's the cross-check that gets called. So Martin and Gasparetti up top. McKenzie and Armstrong down low. Strong left for the Mohawks. Daibo misses that, but grabs it off the boards. Looks to Marquis. Now we'll give it to him. Willem Firth over on the far side. Got some space. Steps into the middle. Oh, great pass. Lovely shot from Liam Matthews, but Sugga Thompson was there waiting for it. Firth steps back, goes over to Matthews. Gasparini right out on him. That opens up some space for Marquis, or for Daibo, sorry. Back up to Matthews. Again, they get it on him. Looks like they're more concerned about Matthews up top than about Daibo at the shooter spot. Can he make them pay for that? Down to Firth. Up to Willem Firth. Back to his brother behind the net. Oh! He had Thompson going one way. It looked like Sam Firth may have stumbled a little bit. Just caught his foot on the turf. And McKenzie is going to lob it ahead. Here's a chance for Eccleston. Eccleston driving in. Just missed near side. He's going to pick it back up. Did he not go through the crease? I guess he did not. Gets it out to Zach Hops. And Hops probably wisely pulls that one out. Is going to let the Bucks kill some more time on this penalty. Liam Aston over to Hops. And, oh, that's too many. Yeah, you're not going to see that because obviously we're watching the play, but on the Bucks bench, a player went out at either end of the bench as someone was switching. That is definitely too many, and now Derek Hops is going to have to go and join Damon Edwards in the penalty box, and we could have up to 43 seconds of 5-on-3 after the first goal of the period for the Bucks. This is a huge chance for the Mohawks to swing the momentum back in their favor. Marquis, they're all in there, all five down low. Matthews going behind the back. No, he's going to pass it down to Sam Firth. No goal. It's in, but Sam Firth apparently landed in the crease. We'll take a peek. You'll see the pass comes down to Firth. Thompson got some of it. Now, penalty coming to Sam Firth for unsportsmanlike. Watch the beginning. I think his foot's on the crease right there. I'm going to start it again. Watch his right foot. I don't know. His right foot may have already been on the crease. Thompson got some of it. Mark Gardonio was quite emphatic and clear. And now Sam Firth, the Mohawks' leading scorer in the playoffs, has been tossed from the game. That is just huge. So they're going to have to send somebody to the penalty box to serve it. That'll be Kobe Lahash entering the penalty box. I imagine that's a 2 and a 10. And then the game. So Lahash is going to be in there for a while. Third game in 3 days, having 2 sets of legs, one gone to the dressing room, one to the penalty box for an extended period. Boy, that can be tough. Sean Evans goes to the turf, grabs the stick of Davison Date Macomber, and kind of drags it with him. No call. So it's been announced as a 2-minute unsportsmanlike, a 5-minute misconduct, and a 10-minute game misconduct. That is not a 5. There's no 5. It's not up there. I don't think that even exists, honestly, a 5-minute unsportsmanlike. It's a 2, a 10, and the game. We're now back to even strength 4-on-4 as the first Bucks penalty is expired. Damon Edwards stays out there to play defense and picks up Drake as he goes through. Willem Firth, hard shot off the leg pad of Sugga Thompson. Matthews tracks it down, fresh 30. Firth trying to get under McKenzie, does so. Shot. Sugga Thompson falls back into his crease, but the ball doesn't go in. That's the most important thing. What a save, Sugga Thompson. 40 more seconds of 4-on-4. Sean Evans taking his time with the ball along the far side. 4-goal lead, 16 minutes to go. That means we're 4 minutes into the third. Here's Keeley. Over to Evans. They've got 8 on the shot clock. Evans harassed there by Jacobs, and he turns it over. Jacobs gets it. He is blazing fast, but so is Jake Gasparetti. What a change. I don't know who got to the bench to allow Jake Gasparetti to get out and take away the juiciest part of that breakaway from Stone Jacobs, but whoever it was, you know the coaches and his teammates are giving him a hearty thank you. What a hustle play. Sean Evans was running back for all he was worth, but he's not going to keep up with Stone Jacobs. Not many would. Here's Dybo, sidearm pass. Caught Macomber eventually, but the 30 expires. Joris Macomber leaves it there, and Gasparetti has it. He's going to look for somebody coming off the bench. Will one hop it. There's going to be pressure on Eccleston. He does a good job of avoiding it, though. We're back to 5-on-5. Eccleston still with it, hands it off to Peterson. Aston to Keeley. Big collision in front. Tell you got to go inside. You got to play in the middle. Bouncer stopped, but you are going to pay the price if you go in the middle of the defensive zone at either end of the floor in this series. Fresh 30. Sky Sunday going to join the fray. Gets knocked down by Billy Dodonna. Brett Bucktooth looking for a call. Both arms up in the air saying, what has to happen for a call there? And then Sean Osborne giving Keeley a rough ride as he heads off. Here's Willem Firth. And the last 2 goals for the Mohawks. They're going to need some more of that magic they're going to overcome this 4-goal deficit. What a game. Daibo drives to the net, shoots, just misses far side. Did it touch Thompson? I guess not. I thought it grazed his arm, but it was very close. Refs right in position so they would know, and now we're going to have a loose ball push. And it will be Bucks possession. There's Justin Martin with that Tupperware stick. They fling it ahead to Derek Hops. Evans behind the net. They're going to wait as Stone Jacobs is on him. They're going to take their time. Howie Francis over to Peterson. Derek Hops was kind of circling the zone, heading to the bench. Almost wound up being in position to stop that ball from going over and back. It really would have just meant he could have flicked it down or lobbed it down into the corner, giving them time to get their defense out. But they have the defense out. We are into the final 2/3 of the final period of this series, barring overtime, of course. Here's Jake Gasparetti. Those wheels. Ethan Drake, though, knows the angle he needs to take to not give Gasparetti a lane to the net. Drake is caught out there on D. They're directing him to get up high. Sunday spins and gives it to Peterson. Back to Peterson. Hard rip. Mohawks on the run. Lobbed ahead to Firth. Catches it. Carter McKenzie's there. Oh, a little sneaky off-foot shot by Firth. Bounces, but just gets off target. Like the idea. Try and catch the goalie off guard. McKenzie running. Firth back checking him. Well, Willem Firth, one of the most skilled and terrific offensive players in the sport of lacrosse coming up over the next few years. And he works very hard on the forecheck, the back check. Great to see that two-way play. Here's Matthews, watched by Keldron King, who's going to head out to him. Edwards there to pick up Matthews. Nice pick from Colby Dobbins. Opened some space, got a pretty good shot. Now the outlet pass to King. He's got a lane to the net. Oh, big save! And then Higgins pounces on the rebound. Look at this chance. The long pass perfectly to Keldron King. Higgins just gets enough and right there, pounces on it. Mohawks now set up in the offensive zone. Swim move. Matthews missed the net. We're going to blow play down. There is a penalty coming. A roughing call. Who is it to? It's called from way up around center floor, and I'm not sure who's going. That's the Keldron King break. Sorry. Looks like Damon Edwards again. Edwards is the guy who ran over Matthews, or I believe it was Matthews going to the net. Boy, Damon Edwards, the veteran, has spent a lot of time in the penalty box here in the third. Opportunity for the Mohawks. And they're going to start with Willem Firth up at the top. Remember, Sam Firth's been spending actually, no, Matthews has been up at the top. But they're going to put Colby Dobbins at the top. Now, Sam Firth is gone, so Liam Matthews goes down to the crease. Now he's going to set a pick for Willem Firth. Pops out top. Gets the pass. Colton Marquis is on the near side. Firth rips it, saved by Sugga Thompson. Carter McKenzie, nice pass ahead to Howie Francis. Two Mohawks have stayed up the floor, Firth and Daibo. So it's just 2-on-3 in here. They pass it through. Clark Peterson almost got that pass. It was a nice attempt. A good kill there of a bunch of time for the Bucks. Still strong left for the Mohawks with Daibo and Marquis on the near side. Matthews likes his lane. Is that a back in? Yeah. That's a back end. Carter McKenzie trying not to send it straight over to Sugga Thompson, but he clearly did. So the Mohawks get a fresh 30. Matthews back up to the top of the power play. That rocket was blocked, I think, by Tyler Armstrong. He lobs it ahead. Siapara runs onto it. It's a 2-on-1. You got to pass that? Is it going back? No shot. Martin grabs it. He's out. Oh, Higgins trips over his defender. Chance for Martin, doesn't score. Oh, what a save. I think that was Stone Jacobs making that stop. Yeah, I don't know. I think Jacobs, sorry, I didn't quite get it. I think Jacobs may have made that one stop after Zach Higgins had tripped on him. Still 17 on the power play. Behind the back pass. Matthews' hard shot. That's wide, though. That's going to be over and back. Firth will just let it roll down by the crease. That's going to start in the corner. Liam Aston will start with it with 10 seconds left. Daibo's still up the floor. Mohawks continue to hang someone. Carter McKenzie staying with him. Edwards is released now, and he's heading for the bench. As the hard shot taken by Sky Sunday. Now Sunday trying to get the ball back with the forecheck. Stone Jacobs, that's a nice little fake. Gets ahead to Willem Firth. Past the 10-minute mark of the third. Nice little pick from Matthews. Hard sidearm rip from Daibo. He's heading after the rebound, but Justin Martin gets there first. Double team pressure, great pass. What a pretty play from Justin Martin. Bucks are going to slow down here, so let's just watch Justin Martin get this ball and just boop, flip it back over him. He knew exactly where he had to go. Back to the game. As Howie Francis fires off the shoulder of Higgins, straight out to Peterson. That fresh 30, probably just as valuable for the Bucks as another goal. Although I'm sure they wouldn't mind getting to 10. 9-2 the score in the first game. 10-6 for the Mohawks as they responded in the second. Now the Bucks ahead 9-5 here in the third period of the third game. Spallina hands it off, sets a pick. Oh, opens a lane for Matthews. Big save Thompson. It kind of ricochets around. Willem Firth chasing and actually stepped into the crease. And the Bucks go the other way. Ashton Jacobs. Oh, it gets away from him. Bounces off the leg of Dodonna, but goes straight over to Cole Teeple. Mohawks possession. You can just see Ashton Jacobs thinking, I need to find somebody. Nice job by the Mohawks. I think it was Dodonna picking up Howie Francis coming off the bench. That was Jordis McComber taking that one. Here's Gasparetti rushing up over center. Gets it deep to Eccleston. And the Bucks are going to slow things down a little. The winner of tonight's game wins the series and goes on to face the winner of the other semifinal, which doesn't start till Wednesday in Ottawa. It'll be the Snake Island Muskies visiting the Capital Region Axemen, the 9-3 Muskies from the regular season finished first. 1-11 were the Axemen. Dodonna with it. Getting some pressure from Hops. Evades it nicely and hands it off to Willem Firth. Matthews tries to go in. Keldrin King plays a lot of offense, but boy, he's played some good defense for this club the last couple of games. Hard rip from Daibo. Another save, Saga Thompson looking very calm. Outlet pass to Keldrin King. He'll leave it there for Justin Martin. Martin going for a run, watched there by Kerry Kane. Hands it off to Sky Sunday. Again, a player up the floor for the Mohawks. But Cayman Daibo is strolling towards the bench. Getting late in the 30. So Carter McKenzie's just going to stay out anyway. Now the Bucks will change and get the rest of the defense on the floor. Teeple to Firth. Dobbins was cutting, pretty well covered by Gasparetti, but that's a hard rip from downtown. The rebound, though, thrown ahead to Tyler Armstrong. No, I don't think you want to shoot that. Pretty sure the bench was yelling, Ty, come here. He gives it to Torrent Eccleston. Peterson going to the net but looking out high. Gets the pass down to Francis but doesn't get to him. And the 30 will expire. Teeple is going to take this one. Each team still has their third period timeout available as we go under 6 minutes to go. Marquis rips one. That's off a defender. They'll be up in That didn't touch the ceiling. Huge. It was so close to the beams. Didn't touch a thing. That means the 30 keeps ticking. Bucks almost had possession, but the Mohawks do get it. They've got 10 left to shoot. Willem Firth, watched by Justin Martin. They are all over Willem Firth. Still gets open some just because he's so slick and so smart. They are paying careful attention to him. And Zach Hops is sprinting to get that ball deep. Aston. Go over to Sky Sunday. Oh! Very close to a back in, but Kyron Lazor just avoids the crease. Gets it ahead, and here is Dale McComber. Leaves it for Firth. He's going to see who's with him. He should have one more. Yeah, it's Ethan Drake is the fifth guy. We're under 5 minutes. The Bucks, a 4-goal lead in 5 minutes to finish out, to head to the championship series. Of course, the winner of this league will go to the President's Cup, which should be a great one, out at the Silent Ice Arena in Edmonton, hosted by the Edmonton Miners. Of course, great organization out there. I know they are getting ready. Lots of stuff coming into place. Sounds like a great facility. If you're out that way, go check that one out. Aston to Peterson, 20 seconds left on the shot clock. The Bucks definitely slowing things down a bit. Peterson goes to the net, shoots, misses, doesn't get up out of play, comes back over to Eccleston. He's going to go to the net, a pretty good lane right into the chest, but they killed most of the 30. 4:20 to go. Firth down to Matthews. Extra attackers. Higgins is on the bench. Daibo to Firth. Hard shot by Daibo. I had trouble seeing that one come out and get to the net. I don't know how Saga Thompson saw it, but he made the stop. That's going to be Bucks timeout. So they used their second of the game, their one for the third period, as there was some pressure there. I'd like to say thank you to all of the sponsors who have made these games possible. Great to stream. Thank you to the Mohawks and the Bucks for bringing it out Friday at Kahnawake Sports Complex yesterday afternoon, and tonight here at the Enola Goa Arena. It has been terrific lacrosse. I mean, today I think we can all agree this is probably the best of the lot. 4-goal difference, 3:49 to play. You can see the sponsors. You saw them in the intermissions and pregame, scrolling through the slideshow on the middle of the screen. You can see them down in the bottom left. We're going to change them out every 20 seconds, which means everyone's coming up a couple more times. Thank you to each and every one of those sponsors for making this possible. And thank you, of course, to you lacrosse friends for being with us. We've got at least 3:49 left to go in this series. The Mohawks really want to get a couple of goals here, and Clark Peterson's pretty determined not to give him that chance. He hands it off to Sky Sunday, who battles to get it, but is scooped up. McComber on the run. Oh, he's flattened. Takes some big whacks from Torrin Eccleston, who eventually drops to the turf. They're going to slow down. Higgins at the bench. Sixth attacker just coming out as Deosundate McComber is looking a little uncertain on his feet. That ball almost hit him as it went to the bench as he was slowly coming off. Higgins is running back to the net, and Sky Sunday had a look. Says, nope, we'll just pull it out. And you could hear the bench yelling, hold, hold. I don't think they were saying that Kobe Lahash was holding. They were saying, hold on to the ball. Just hang on, let another 12 seconds tick away, or at least most of that before you take a shot. Down to 5 on the shot clock, and Howie Francis is at the bench to get a forward out. Peterson absolutely flattened. Lahash gives him, or Kerry King gives him an extra little pop, but Peterson will stay in forecheck. Teeple glides up into the offensive zone, hands it off. Drive to the net by Matthews, scores. Beautiful little bull rush by Liam Matthews. Nice pass off, and then Matthews just fights his way in and just kind of shoots around the defender. Let's take one more look at this. It's a really nice job of controlling his stick and his vision for Matthews to see exactly where he needs to shoot. Tyler Armstrong's going to go and ask something of the officials. Are they asking for a stick check?
Mohawks goal scored by number 74, Leo Matthews. Assisted by number 99, Cole Tebow.
So Ian Garrison has that stick and heading down the hallway. I guess the measuring implements must be down in the officials' dressing room. So 2:33 to go, 9-6 the score. That's a big goal from Liam Matthews to bring the Mohawks one step closer. And the building has gotten so quiet. It's kind of eerie, actually, because it's been loud all game, and all of a sudden, just gets deflated. Garrison's back. Oh, so okay, of course, it was Tyler Armstrong's stick. It was the Mohawks requesting that. It was Tyler Armstrong carrying the stick over to them. I thought for some reason he was handing them a Mohawks stick. Doesn't make sense. Of course it would be the Mohawks. The Bucks would have no real benefit from asking for it. Sorry about that, folks, but yeah, Tyler Armstrong. I don't know yet what the official call was. The stick looked pretty long. Do you think it looked too long? May have been a length issue. Who knows? Anyway, Tyler Armstrong is in the penalty box, and the Mohawks could really use a win here, but Justin Martin, great job to race in. They don't have a timeout, so as the ball is stripped, it's going to be Mohawks possession. Came in Dybo over to Willem Firth. Pulls back to Dybo. Matthews was ready on the back door, but pretty good job, Carter McKenzie, to stay in that passing lane. Oh, and that's illegal substitution. We're not going to have it, but Higgins had headed back to the bench. There's more than 2 minutes to go, so it's not a penalty shot with 2:11 left on the clock, but just trying to get an edge. Higgins, oh, they were changing. Sorry, they were actually putting Gunn in. Gunnadasan David Horn was going in, and they were just a little early on the change. I'd imagine he's going in to be able to sprint a little quicker to the bench, but that illegal substitution could be crushing. I was going to say it's going to be, you don't know. Sky Sunday ducks underneath, drives to the net, scores! First shot on Horn. It's a 4-on-4 goal, and that could be a dagger. You see Sunday, all the defenders kind of paying attention up in the middle, and Sunday, I don't know if the Mohawks thought Sunday wouldn't go to the net, as they figured maybe they'd rather just let the clock keep ticking. Nice job by Clark Peterson to run through and clear out some space, and then Sunday with the finish. Mohawks have put 5 players out on the floor, so Sean Osborne's going to have to go back to the bench. He's actually still on the floor when play was blown in, but getting to the change box. McKenzie, all kinds of pressure there. It's scooped up by Dodonna. Horn racing to the bench. It is 5-on-4 here. Minute and a half to go in the game. Now, Firth loses his footing as he rips that one. He puts so much into it. Martin going after it, dives. He's going to get there. What a great battle by Justin Martin. The Mohawks are all over him. Willem Firth, hard work there to get it. Scoops it up, heads up, gets it across to Matthews. They send Osborne out this time instead of the goalie. No point putting your goalie back in with a 10-6 deficit. Just keep the forwards there. And Horn, good job. He's just stepping out of the way, but staying in the change box so his guys can get to the bench. Final minute of regulation. Ethan Drake to Firth. He's got to shoot that. No, they cover him too well. Matthews' hard shot. Drake I think lost track of that as it went behind the ref. That's going to be an over and back, and you can see Willem Firth looking and thinking, I can't get there in time. And Damon Edwards is looking at the net. He's looking at the bench. 38 seconds to go. They're not going to go score. Jake Gasparetti will just hang on to it. And the Akwesasne Bucks are going to advance to the Three Nations Senior Lacrosse League Championship Series with a 2-1 series win by taking Game 3 10-6 over the Kahnawake Mohawks. Remember, the other series will start Wednesday when the Snake Island Muskies go to Ottawa to play the Capital Region Axemen. Thursday night back here at the Turtle Dome as the Muskies will host Game 2. Don't know what's going to happen for the next series, as if that series is swept. As of right now, Game 3 of that series is scheduled for next Sunday. But if it were to wrap up in 2, and I mean, I think Snake Island's fairly heavily favored. If it were to wrap in 2, maybe the final series gets going next weekend. I don't know. Keep your eye on that, on the game sheet link that I put up. We'll see what happens as we go. Thank you, lacrosse friends, for being with us. This was a heck of a game. This was a heck of a series. I'm Steven Stamp for Stamplax YouTube Productions. Very pleased to have been able to bring you all 3 games of this absolutely terrific lacrosse from the Kahnawake Sports Complex Friday and then here in the Turtle Dome Saturday and Sunday. Thanks to the Bucks and the Mohawks for all their efforts, for bringing us in. Really appreciate everything that they do. And the Bucks now are going to wait and see who they play in the TNSLL Championship Series, and we'll wait with them. Lots more going on, of course. Major Series, Junior B, Junior A, St. Catharines and Whitby. The Junior B, as we said, Guelph and Akwesasne now tied at 1, going back to Guelph next week for the next 2 games. You know, Junior C, you got the Stealth into the final. Peterborough may be there. That should be a heck of a Meredith Cup if that's the matchup. Anyway, lots of lacrosse going on. Check it all out and keep your eye on this Three Nations Senior Lacrosse League website to see what happens in the other semi. And we'll be back with lots more action down the road here on Stamplax YouTube. Thanks very much. We'll see you soon, lacrosse friends.